This is Jaffna, the northernmost region in Sri Lanka. It is majority Tamil populated, so the main language and the culture is very different to other areas of the country.
They are speaking the Tamil language. Their religion is Hindu.
This also means that it was a city hugely affected by Sri Lanka's civil war. But 15 years after the war, Jaffna is a city that is trying to reckon with its past while looking forward to the future. Tourism is slowly coming back, and over the next couple of days, we're going to learn about its history and see what Jaffna's present looks like. As we head to the Jaffna Peninsula, I'll give you a quick overview of the Sri Lankan Civil War. The Sri Lankan Civil War lasted from 1983 to 2009. It was fought between the Sri Lankan government and the Tamil Tigers, or the LTTE, a separatist group that wanted an independent Tamil state in the north and east.
They call their this separate land Tamil Eelam. It is stretching from the west to Chilau and from the east to the Kumana or Yala National Park. Jaffna Peninsula and surrounding areas are on their map.
The conflict grew out of decades of ethnic tension between the majority Sinhalese and the minority Tamils, particularly riots all over the country that violently targeted Tamils. It became one of Asia's longest and bloodiest wars, with suicide bombings, assassinations, and entire regions under rebel control. When the government launched a final offensive in 2009, the Tigers were defeated, but tens of thousands of Tamil civilians were killed in the process. On both sides, there were thousands of innocent people who were killed and whose lives were forever affected, and those are the people that we always need to remember. This is a place called Elephant Pass, and it's where a lot of the Civil War battles were fought. It's basically a grassland that connects the Jaffna Peninsula to the mainland, and it's a very strategic place because whoever controlled here controlled the Jaffna Peninsula. Obviously the Tamils were holding on to the Jaffna Peninsula. This is a place where they've always lived, and it's always been mainly Tamil people, and obviously it was very strategic for the Sri Lankan government because it was so important to the Tamils. So there were a lot of battles that were fought on this pass, and nowadays this memorial is in place here. So this is a Tamil Tiger tank, and this is a Sinhalese soldier. As we drove into the Jaffna Peninsula, our guide Janushka explained the origins of the Civil War in a little more detail.
We got independence in 1948 from the British. In this independence struggle, all Muslims, workers and Tamil leaders get together, and they were on one table to gain independence from British. In 1956, our second Prime Minister, Mr. S.W.R.D. Bandaranayake, he wanted to make Sinhalese language the national language of Sri Lanka. The Tamil youth are getting frustrated, and starting from 1977, these youth of northern Tamils started this liberation movement, and they slowly got momentum, and in 1983 they set a bomb on an army convoy. That attack killed 13 Sinhalese military personnel. Highest point is 1983 July, month of July. We call it the Black July. The government and their henchmen provoked the people, majority Sinhalese people. See, those guys are killed our guys, so we have to retaliate. They robbed, they raped, they killed the innocent Tamil people living among us in the other 7 provinces. And the government, at that time, our President J.R. Jayawardena did nothing for 4 days.
Our first stop in Jaffna was somewhere that really represents both the devastating recent history of the region and how it is rebuilding.
So the bunkers were built during the war by the LTT. So they captured this property during the war. So they built all the 3 bunkers. The last bunker, which is to the far end of the land, is being closed because it goes out of the land. So the two bunkers, what they did is they converted one into art gallery and the other one into a museum.
Okay, so
Cool,
before
thank
the
you.
war, this was like a mansion or a house or something? Or
This
what was
actually
it?
my boss's ancestral home converted to a hotel.
Oh, what did the LTTT use the bunkers for?
Because
For
they
storage
used this
or-
place as their office.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the army took over, and all these boats which are kept by the army are these boats. This is a menu of the army soldier. So the rest of those boats are all kept by the army, and the army used this as their mess and their TV room.
Right, okay.
And the LTT used this as their courtroom.
Yeah.
So any court cases, they held it over here.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, so it was like part of the LTT government.
So these are the bunkers that lead underground Fox Resorts. This is the original bunker wall. And now it is a museum about Jaffna. So there is another bunker down here, but because it's out of the hotel's land, we can't go in there today. But there is another one that we can go into, yeah.
This is their briefing point.
Oh, okay. So where they had like meetings and stuff.
Whatever.
Oh, wow.
From the entrance when you get in.
Okay, cool. Thank
This
you.
is the art gallery.
Thank you very much. Is this all local art? Yes. Yeah. From Jaffna or from all over Sri Lanka? All over Sri Lanka. Do you say Jaffna's a peaceful place now, and everyone
For me,
is?
of course, I prefer to stay in Jaffna than Colombo because it's very quiet. The people are nice, no rush. So I enjoy Jaffna.
Yeah, yeah, and everyone gets along now, and
Yes.
good,
Yes.
good. That's good to hear. Yeah.
Very good to hear.
Good, thank you so much. We drove 15 minutes and checked into our hotel in Jaffna City. Thank you. What is this called?
It's a Jaffna Hindu traditional welcoming.
Traditional.
Traditional welcoming.
Okay, thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
So Jaffna obviously only started welcoming its first modern tourists around 10 years ago or so. Fox Resorts opened in 2019, but yeah, we are staying at the Thinnai Boutique Hotel, and we've got these huge suites. Like always, I will put the link to this hotel in the description of this video. And if you are planning a trip to Sri Lanka, I will be writing blog posts covering the entire trip on my website. So scan this QR code to go through to that, or head to the link in the description. And this is the terrace area. So yeah, lovely and spacious. This is Richard. And the welcome henna they gave us, this is called a potu in the Tamil language. It is called a bindi in the Hindi language, but it's also used a lot in Tamil culture as well. So you can see as soon as you go up here, the Tamil culture is very prevalent. And we're going to head out in about 40 minutes or so, have a little walk around the town and get our first impressions of Jaffna. So Jaffna is still quite militarised. We've just gone past an army bus, and this is a navy bus. It says they're Sri Lanka Navy. And this is still from the Civil War. Slowly, the forces are becoming less in the city. Danushka took us around the market and pointed out some traditional Tamil food.
Dried fish.
Yeah,
It's a local delicacy here.
nice.
Yeah? Do they like ship it out to the rest of Sri Lanka, or is it like just kind of a local thing?
Yes, they have the wholesale.
It's good or it's fishy? It's good or it's like
Strong.
Oh, it's
strong?
yeah, you can make it with your spice level.
The writing here, so which language is this?
That is the top is Tamil language.
The top is Tamil, and then Sinhalese is the middle.
No, here predominantly the Tamil language.
Oh,
and
most
the
is written in Tamil.
English language.
Okay, yeah.
And in the government offices and the private banks,
Okay.
they use the Sinhala.
Danushka was just saying that the younger generation, Sinhalese and Tamils, they often speak to each other in English because that's kind of the lingua franca. With the older generation, there is still some difficulty with communicating, and this is something that they're working to resolve.
Jaffna people wear gold in pride, and they have gold jewelries that passed it for generations.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's a very important part of their life.
Of the culture, yeah. So we've got the jackfruit here, one of my favourite fruits. Look at this, it looks great. Never far from somewhere selling bananas in Sri Lanka.
Flowers of the onion flowers. These are some kind of Thai eggplant. It's a small version of the Thai. This is bitter growth, and we call it moringa. Now the
Moringa?
British, yes,
As in the tea?
yes,
You get moringa tea?
because it gives a lot of red blood cells, and it is good for your immune system.
Oh, good, good. I had some at lunch.
Is that a vegetable as well?
Yeah, we had it for lunch today.
Oh, that's the one that was like celery.
Yes, that is the one.
But it's like sticks, isn't it? When you
Yes.
put it all in your
You
mouth.
have to squeeze out the flesh.
Okay.
Not, the outer
You don't want me to
layer.
eat that.
These are made out of palmyra. Collect the syrup and boil it, and you have the palmyra jaggery. And the cover is also weaved from the palmyra leaves.
It's like kind of like a sweet or is it?
Yeah, it's
Danushka, is the food quite different here?
yes, their food
Yeah.
culture is different. I will show you. They have different, what you call, their spice levels. All the spices are different than the other part of the region.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
So
Is it-
It has a different taste than what we are using in our part of the country.
Is it a bit more Indian influenced?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that is there from the ancient times because they are inherit from the Indian with the Indian roots, so they have that touch
Sure.
and the flavor.
Sure.
These are used to make string hoppers. This is the one we are putting the
Oh,
flour.
yeah.
When you squeeze it up like this,
Oh, cool.
this one, the flour comes out.
Yeah.
We have to steam it.
Hi.
What kind of spices do they use?
They use the same spices, but the quantities or the composition
Oh, so it's like
is
stronger flavors.
yes, different.
So is it spicier?
Yes.
More chili.
You can see this coconut sambal, the color
Yeah.
more darker.
Yeah,
That means
yeah.
it is very spicy.
So the darker the sample.
Same with the potato.
The darker the sambal, the spicier it is.
Yeah, when it is darker, it is spicy.
Yeah.
Even the dal curry, you can see
Oh, that's a lot darker, yeah.
because of the roasted curry powder they have used,
Yeah.
and it authentic for this area.
Yeah.
That's why it looks different than the normal dal or dal what we had these days.
A lot dark.
Not
Yeah,
darker.
Are there lots of vegetarian options in this part as well?
Yes, because they are Hindus
Yeah.
and they are vegetarians.
Tollywood. So these are all Tollywood films, which is Tamil language. So Bollywood is Hindi, Tollywood is Tamil.
Rajinikanth is like the biggest Tamil
Yeah.
See on here.
actor. Yeah, he's very old. Back in the 90s, 80s and 90s, he was huge. Because I used to watch it. Because he used to be on Bollywood as well at the same time.
Yeah.
And was one of the biggest Bollywood stars, as well as the Tamil star, but he was a huge Tamil.
Oh, okay.
So and I used to watch it myself, so that was the best.
So we did stuff in Hindi as well?
Yes. So he would cross over, but
Right.
he was a star in Bollywood, but he was a huge star in Tamil, or as they
Yeah.
call it, Tollywood.
Tollywood.
I didn't realise it was called
No, I never heard of
So,
Tollywood.
I'm saying that, but it was.
The Colombo to Jaffna bus just went past us. So there is a bus that comes all the way from Colombo, the capital, and it takes 9 to 10 hours to make the journey. I think that's if there's no traffic. If I were you, I'd take the train, and we're going to talk a bit more about that later on in the video.
Jaffna feels so safe and welcoming today, and it's hard to imagine that just 20 years ago it was so scarred by war. The Tamil Tigers were active here, and civilians suffered from both government violence and the risk of recruitment or reprisals by the LTTE.
In 1991, the Tamil Tigers or these rebels, they killed Indian Prime Minister at that time, Rajiv Gandhi. After that incident, the support from India was less to this youth. that is in 1991, and in 1993 they managed to kill our president at that time, Mr. Ranasinghe Premadasa, on May 1st rally. Once again, suicide bombing. LTT cadres, or this youth, are the pioneers of suicide bombing. And every cadre, every person who's involved in this Tamil movement, they had a cyanide pill on their neck. If they caught, they will chew the cyanide pill and willing to take over their own life. LTT managed to kill the politicians of the south, Sinhala politicians, as well as Tamil politicians, noble persons who's against the war, because they want to keep quiet. The good people, or they didn't like the true story is circulated among the European community. So they shot and killed the Tamil politicians who spoke against this war idea, or the Tamil Elam idea. They have child soldiers also. They violated some Geneva rules, and they had child soldiers, this Tamil, both male and female. So when you reach the age of 12, 13, they had these child soldiers.
Was it girls and boys?
They both. You imagine if your parent or grandmother is killed by the government forces, innocent one.
We've just come to our first stop. We're just a little bit outside of the city, and we've just come to these temple ruins. And here I see it says Buddhist and Hindus United. And I think this is Tamil and then Sinhalese and then English. It says Live United. So let's find a bit more about the history of this place. So this is the Kantarode archaeological site. It looks like it's an important place to both Buddhists and Hindus.
We are in Kadrugoda temple premises for our first kingdom, Anuradhapura, dating back to 6th century BC up to 12th century AD is our first kingdom. And in that time, there was a Buddhist temple here. In the 12th century, there was an invader, we call it the Sangili II, and he was in this place. And he introduced Hinduism to this place. And at that time, the two religions coexist without any trouble. But the Sangili II was defeated by the Portuguese. In 1505, Portuguese came here. So after that, he has to, take away or go back. And this place was abandoned. And in 1970, the governor of this area refound this place, and he started to slowly excavate these ruins, these pagodas you can see. And the ancient time it was like 7 acres. Now we have only 3 acres of land to this area. The Civil War time, LTT reduced it for 3 acres of land. So this is a protected area for us, and we have to protect it. And I assume you saw a poster out at the gate. It says Hindus and Buddhists are united. You have to be united and coexist with the things in common.
And there's been a religious site here since 200 BC, but it's a special place for both Buddhists and Hindus. And while the Civil War wasn't Buddhist versus Hindus, Sinhalese were mainly Buddhist and Tamils were mainly Hindu. And it just goes to show again, it's another example of the importance of these cultures working together and not separately, which is what they were doing for the 3 decades of Civil War. You can see a Buddhist shrine here. It's early on in the day, but I am getting a sense of a city that is really trying to work together and obviously face up to its past rather than ignore it. This is also Buddhist, I believe. Yeah. It's a little Buddhist pagoda there as well. But there's reminders at every single turn of the conflict that this area has seen. And really it's a city that's just opening up to tourists. So it's an interesting time to be here. Is this a sacred place at all?
Somewhat,
Yeah.
because these ponds, they believe, have healing powers.
Oh, okay, right.
So when you are coming for such a place,
Yeah.
you have to adhere some customs and norms.
Right, okay.
So that means it is a sacred
Okay.
place.
Yeah, I see. And what are they called?
Kirimalai Pond.
Kiramalai Ponds.
Thinnai Pond.
Kiramalai Ponds. Okay, cool. Thank you. We've come to this public baths now, and the men's one was super busy, but you see, this is the women's, and it is completely empty. This is the men's pond here, so the men's pond is a lot more open and has a sea view. Okay, nice to meet you. Are you from Jaffna?
Yes, yes.
Yeah? Nice. One more? Yeah, of course. What's your name? Can we take a selfie? Can we take a selfie? Oh, I can't get us all in. There we go. Nice to meet you. Lovely to meet you. Lovely to meet you. You got a camera? Yeah. So it is Sunday today, which means that it is quite busy here. Everyone is super, super friendly. Lots of people were asking me for photos, so I just made lots of local friends. I'm really hot. Need something to cool me down. Maybe this ice pop could be the answer. Hi. Do you have an ice pop? Yeah. Yeah? What flavour? Pineapple? Yeah? Okay. Thank you. Pop or
Yeah,
something
can I
else?
get an ice pop as well, please?
2 ice pop. Thank you.
Oh, mango is good. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you. To be honest, it just tastes like sugar. But it was 50 rupees, which is what, 10, 20p? We've made it to Fort Hammenhiel. So with a name like Hammenhiel, I'm guessing it was made by the Dutch.
So then the Dutch took over in 1650. So in the 17th century, the British took over.
But it's kept the Dutch name, I presume.
Yeah, we
Name
always
sounded
call the
Dutch.
Dutch fort.
Yeah.
Because the Portuguese started it, but they did not finish it because the Dutch came after that. You know,
Oh, okay.
there was a big water tank that they destroyed the water tank first, so that they don't have water. So then the Dutch chased the Portuguese out. Then the Dutch came and built the whole thing. Yeah,
Right.
the whole fort. It's not a big fort, no. It's just a small fort. Right. After everything was built, the British came and took over. So they didn't have to build anything. So they were just lavishly staying here. The Navy, Sri Lanka Royal Navy, is looking after these properties at this place, and they're this well maintained. Yeah. But it's very old, but they have not done anything new. It's still the old structures are still there, right? They cannot rebuild or newly. They cannot build. Yeah, they cannot build anything.
This is a very active area with the Sri Lankan Navy, which isn't surprising given the area's military history and also given how close we are to the border with India. So much so that we were actually wearing Sri Lankan Navy life jackets on this boat going over. I think this is probably a Navy ship, and actually the hotel that we're going to have lunch at in a little bit is run by the Sri Lankan Navy. Ooh. So this was actually made by the Portuguese in the mid-17th century, and it was made from quarried coral. And you can see that in these bricks here. But they didn't actually finish it. The Dutch ended up arriving kind of before they finished it. Hammenhiel actually meant heel of ham, which was named after the shape of Sri Lanka, or at least what they thought the shape of Sri Lanka was at the time. Like most forts, it was originally built for strategic purposes, as it was at this position right on the tip of Jaffna, which is right in the north of Sri Lanka. So it was used for military purposes by the Dutch and the Portuguese. But actually, by the time the British were here, it was used as a maximum security prison and as a war hospital. And in the war, it was called Camp Hammenhiel, and a certain Mountbatten once visited. Just having a look in here, I guess this is one of the jail rooms. 5 people would sleep here, I suppose. Either that or this was when it was used as a hospital. A couple of little cubby holes you can go into here as well. Yeah, they look like jail blocks. Now this looks more like a hospital. So actually maybe the previous one was more of a hospital ward, but without the mattresses and the cases at the end of the bed, because it looked a similar layout. So you can actually stay in this fort, and they have a few hotel rooms. Oh, nice. We've just drove back to the city, and now we're outside the Jaffna Public Library. So this is on the outside. It's written in Tamil, Sinhalese and English. Our vision, inspiring the society to be lifelong learners, bringing knowledge to kindle their imagination, to contribute maximum for the creation of a vigorous, developing society. So this is the library building. Now, Jaffna Public Library dates back to 1933, and in the early 1980s it was actually one of the largest public libraries in Asia, and it was a really important place for the Tamils. It housed numerous original manuscripts, documents and books. Prior to the Civil War, it was one of the acts of governmental violence that caused the Civil War to begin, really. This library was burnt down in an arson attack of mob violence.
They burned down the public library of Jaffna, and it's regarded as Jaffna Public Library is regarded as one of most historic and rich with knowledge hub place. So it was a shame for us. And from the current government, from their budget, they have allocated a lot of money to make sure the Jaffna Public Library will facilitate, and that was a brilliant move from our end. Our end means from the government.
Yeah.
So for the reconciliation work, you can see a lot of good things like that is happening.
Nowadays, I can't take any video inside, but there is a lot of, there's loads of posters about cooperation and using books to learn together, and education, the importance of education. And I think that is a real positive that education in libraries can bring. I do believe with education we can live more in peace, and visiting here has shown me that today.
The Sri Lankan Civil War ended in May 2009 after 26 years of fighting. Government forces launched a massive final campaign, seizing rebel-held territory and killing LTT leader Prabhakaran. The Tamil Tigers, once a powerful insurgent army, collapsed almost overnight. But the cost was immense. In those last months, hundreds of thousands of Tamil civilians were trapped in the northeast. The LTTE stopped many from leaving, using them as human shields. At the same time, the military bombarded areas that had been declared no-fire zones. The United Nations later estimated that up to 40,000 people may have died in just a few weeks. Today, Sri Lanka's north is rebuilding, but we can never, ever forget the innocent people that died in this conflict.
Just down the road from the library, there is the Jaffna Fort. Like the fort we were at earlier, this has history from the Portuguese Empire, the Dutch Empire and the British Empire. But what is so poignant is also the Civil War history. Was this temple used in the Civil War?
Was it?
Was the temple
Yes,
used in the
yes.
war? Yeah.
It was affected, and you can see like all the rubble there.
Yeah.
Most of them are, because there was a church there. It was destroyed. It was not well protected, right?
Yeah.
So then it's gone by the time, it was. But during the wartime, it was affected as well. You can see the walls were. There are bullet marks. And all that.
Really?
Yeah.
There was fighting here. Yeah. And was it used by the LTTE at all
Yes,
for
yes.
administrative purposes?
Exactly. Before the the government the army was captured the city. The LTTE, they're the ones who were ruling this place.
Yeah.
So then the government army captured the city.
Did the government retake the city?
This,
Let's
see. As soon as the war was like started in the 80s,
Yeah.
so like in before 90s they captured.
90s?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Right, so for most of the civil war,
Most of the civil wars
under government control.
under government control, yeah. Especially Jaffna.
Yeah. So
Jaffna was under.
where were the rebels based then?
They were like everywhere northeast.
Okay.
Northeast. Yeah.
Right, so more in the rural areas.
Yes. And
right,
they were like
okay.
in the jungles. You know,
Yeah.
Right, yeah, not
Yeah.
cities.
Right,
in
I
the cities.
see.
Because-
Yeah.
And when you look at the Jaffna city, Jaffna city was not affected by the war because nobody, even the military, the army, did not bomb the city, or even the LTT after the captivity from the army, they did not bomb the city as well because they did not attack the city because they didn't want to destroy their city.
Yeah, makes sense.
So even the military, while during the LTT was ruling this area, even the army did not bomb or destroy the city because they kept the city intact. You know, now if you see the buildings in the city, there's nothing, no problems.
Right.
Intact.
Intact.
Yeah. Okay.
But elsewhere, the buildings like you can see old buildings, old houses was bombed, and you know there are bullet marks or the holes on the walls.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Fierce fighting.
Yeah. So you had a lot of fighting and a lot of violence here. You had the government being violent towards the Tamil people. Then you had the Tamil Tigers being violent towards the Tamil people as well, and any Sinhalese people. So yeah, it was just a lot of violence going on. The Tamil Tigers obviously targeted any Sinhalese people, but they also targeted people who joined other Tamil resistance groups. They wanted to be the only Tamil resistance group. So they were the LTTE. There were loads of other resistance groups as well, and anyone who joined one of those was targeted, often murdered. They also targeted any Tamils who tried to befriend the Sinhalese because they saw them as traitors. So there were lots and lots of people that were targeted, and like I say, as always, the main victims are just the civilians. The Tamil Tigers, you know, it was a branch of extremism, and they are looked on by most nations as a terrorist group. And yeah, like I say, it was extremism, and obviously, given the treatment of the Tamils across the country, especially during Black July, you can see how angry people were. But extremism never solves wars. So you can go up the stairs here and see the city from more of an aerial perspective. So this is the top of the fort here, and here are all the ramparts. It does look very colonial era and not used so much in the modern day, I don't believe, but it has been a very important site to Jaffna throughout the centuries. And here we've got an impromptu game of cricket. So cricket is the Sri Lankan national sport. And Rich and Shebs have been invited to play with them. You going to play?
Yes, I want to play cricket. One of the things about Sri Lanka is playing cricket and they're mad cricket lovers.
Yeah.
So I played cricket in Canada, started regretting not playing in India.
Yeah.
Because I spent out of time, but I want to play before I leave. I won the World Cup in 1996, and that was a historic moment, and all the cricketers became superstars in that time, and it's actually helped. So I was talking to the tourism board, it actually helped tourism in Sri Lanka because of cricket. People realised, cricket has helped the location become.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you see, so it's like, what's Sri Lanka? I've never heard of Sri Lanka before.
But there you go.
Curious sort of
Cricket. Thank you. Thank you. Hello again.
Hi, how was your party?
Yeah, good. Right, we're back in the thick of the city. I'm gonna cross over in a moment when it is safe to do so. And Richard is inquiring about the price of beer. Traffic in Jaffna isn't too intense. So Rich is getting cans of lager. vodka. Yeah, all sorts, to be fair.
Yeah. I will fulfill your.
So this is the Jaffna railway station. Now, I really wanted to get the train from Jaffna to Colombo, or between Jaffna and Colombo, but unfortunately it didn't quite work out with this trip. However, I did just want to tell you a little bit about the train station. It opens in the early 20th century, and it was actually closed throughout a lot of the Civil War. The railway was targeted by both the Tamil Tigers and the government, and it just wasn't safe to use it or go on the train. When it reopened, it was similar to the Vietnam reunification railway. It was supposed to connect the country, connect the areas that had previously been fighting. You can even see up there it says, wishing you a happy and safe journey strengthened by the bonds of North-South friendship. To take this train journey during the Civil War, you would have gone through areas where they were fighting, you would have gone through some of the most volatile places in Sri Lanka, maybe some of the most volatile ages in Asia at the time. But it reopening, which it didn't do until around 2015, I believe, was a real step forward for the country and for its reunification. That is one thing I love about trains. When trains cross borders, they can really unite places. And it is the railway reopening that give you a sense of Sri Lanka reuniting and hopefully the country moving forwards towards a brighter and better future.
In Sri Lanka, Clara,
Yeah?
we have named down our trains female names.
Yeah?
You know the reasons?
Why?
Our trains are always late. I'm joking. I'm joking. And from Colombo to Jaffna, the train coming from Colombo to Jaffna, his name is Yal Devi. The translation or English meaning is Princess of Jaffna.
Okay, yeah.
And this is not the last station of it. It goes until KKS or Kankasanturai railway station. And that train journey, the intercity train journey will take 6.5 hours to reach from Colombo to Jaffna.
Jaffna. That's quite quick.
Yeah, that one is quick.
Yeah.
And recently we built this railway tracks and we have upgraded this. So we can go 100 kilometers per hour.
Nice. I wanted to take the sleeper train.
Yeah, night mail. It's nice. 10 to 12 hours.
Have you ever taken the train from?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's how I first came to Jaffna.
Oh, cool.
On the train.
On a train.
When did you first come to Jaffna?
2016 I
Cool.
came to Jaffna.
Nice.
Was it
From Colombo.
From Colombo.
Wow.
And that time they had the slow train. So it took 10.5 hours
Yeah.
to reach here.
Was it how you expected it to be when you got here? Or different?
Yes, I was nervous because it was the first time
Yeah, of course.
I'm coming to Jaffna. So I was nervous because I knew that there is a language barrier and I want to taste their food badly in the restaurants or the places. They were really
friendly.
Yeah.
really friendly.
Oh,
But they will do the help.
Very
for you.
helpful. Yeah. You find everyone just wants to move past
Yeah.
the war. We've just left the Jaffna Peninsula. We're driving over the Sangupiddy Bridge, which connects the mainland with the Jaffna Peninsula. Along with the Elephant Pass, this was one of the kind of chokeholds that was really vital during the Sri Lankan Civil War. But as we're crossing back over now, I thought this was a good place to finish this video. I've really enjoyed getting to know Jaffna over the last couple of days. It's a city with a lot of history, with a lot of sad recent history, but a city that is looking toward the future. And I think the reintroduction of the railway, the welcoming of tourists, I think these are all really positive steps forward for Jaffna, and I really hope that it continues. So thank you so much for watching this video. We are on our way to a place called Mannar, which is a very interesting peninsula, kind of like an arm of Sri Lanka that almost touches India. So do stay tuned if you would like to see that. And if you're sticking around, then I recommend checking out this video, which is about Trincomalee, fascinating harbour in Sri Lanka that has seen many different groups and histories throughout the centuries. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye.